Hello, class. Mrs. Schwartz here. I've been hearing that lately writing has been a little bit frustrating. For some people are loving it. They're having fun writing. This is just the kind of writing that they love to do, and there's no problem. And that's okay. Some of us are in that boat. But some of us are also in a situation where we love writing about true things. We love writing teaching books, and right now we're not writing teaching books. Some of us like writing about a narrative of our life, a small moment that happened to us, and we're not writing about that either. The thing that we're writing about is made up stories. And for some of us, that's really easy and fun. And for those of us whose it's a challenge, I would like to help you with that, because the things that are a challenge, if you work hard at them, you become awesome. So maybe you haven't been comfortable writing a story yet, but I'm hoping that after this short lesson that we work together on writing a story about, that we'll be able to figure it out just fine. Are you in? Okay, that's good. In order to get started, I want to share a story with you. It's a quick story, but I want to show you how the stories that you create actually are built just like a story that famous authors like Mercer Mayer write. This is a book about Little Critter. Maybe you've read stories about him before. He's really fun. The story is called Just a Kite. And in the story, he's going to have a problem. You'll find out quickly what the problem is. But the thing that makes a great story is a problem that gets solved. And so we're going to see how that happens, how Mercer Mayer, the author, causes that to happen. I see a kite at a hobby store. I say, that's the one I want. It does look really cool. We take my new kite home. I put it together. Dad helps. Saturday is the Critterville Kite Flying Contest. I take my kite out to practice. My dad and I go to the park. It is a very windy day. Dad says, watch out for trees. Whoops, too late. My kite gets caught. Dad saves my kite, but my kite is all ripped up. Now we have Little Critter, his dad, and we have the problem. The kite is all ripped up. I cry. Dad says, don't worry. We can get another one. But the store is sold out. I say, I will miss the contest. I am brave and only cry a little. Maybe you've felt that way before. I know I have. Dad says, I have an idea. He calls Grandpa. Grandpa will build a new kite. Grandpa goes to his workshop. He builds a special kite just for me. Grandpa brings it to me. It has no decorations on it. I do some special art on it. We are ready to try it out. My kite flies well at the park. It goes fast. It goes high. Too high. It disappears. Oh no, I say. My kite is gone. So we've got Little Critter, his dad. Now we've got Grandpa who's going to help him out. They build a new kite, new problem. Yep, it's gone, says Grandpa. The string broke. Let's go shopping. I ask, why, Grandpa? It's a surprise, Grandpa says. We go to the hardware store. We go to the lumber yard. We go to the art supply store. I ask, what's all this stuff for? You'll see, says Grandpa. Grandpa goes to Dad's shop. I feel like we're headed for a happy ending. You know, in today's writing prompt, you're going to need a happy ending, so let's be thinking about it. He is there for a long time. He won't tell me anything at dinner or at bedtime. In the morning, I find Grandpa's surprise for me. It's an amazing new kite. We all go to the kite flying contest. My kite flies great. I don't win a ribbon for the highest kite or the fastest kite. I win a ribbon for the most original kite. I say, it's just a kite my grandpa made for me. The end. What a fantastic book. Now, I was thinking about this book, and it's the perfect book to read to learn what type of writing we need to do. So here we go. Let's take a look at this really cool tool that I'm going to be sharing with your moms and dads today. This really cool tool is huge, the version I have. The version you have is going to end up looking like this. And it's a great tool to help you organize your thoughts before you start writing. The characters in our story are Little Critter, Dad, and Grandpa. We've got them recorded. The setting of our story, well, it's in the park. They do go other places, but mostly takes place in the park. And I don't want to go, I don't want to get overwhelmed thinking about all the many places when I'm just trying to come up with my story. So I'm going to come up with one setting, the park. In the beginning, his new kite gets caught in a tree. It is ruined. In the middle, Little Critter and Grandpa make a new one, but its string breaks. Double sad. Grandpa surprises Little Critter at the end with a new kite and wins a prize. And it's a happy ending. And in today's writing prompt, you need to have your character say something that proves he or she is really happy. And so Little Critter at the end says, I won a ribbon for the most original kite. Whew. We just retold that story. We told the characters, the setting, the beginning, middle, and the end. Well, if we can retell a story we've already read, easy breezy. We can come up with our own story. No problem. In fact, I have a story that's about flying a kite. I was inspired by this story, and I hope you don't mind if I write about it today. I'm not going to write the whole story. And thanks for being patient while I get reorganized. Sometimes I do the same thing in our classroom. It takes me a little while to get myself organized. But I want to make sure we can do some great learning together. Here we go. If Mr. Schwartz came down here, he'd say, Mrs. Schwartz, you're being so messy in our basement. There's learning stuff laying everywhere. But that's okay. We need a lot of stuff to do great learning. Okay, so today your paper is going to say this. Write a story with a problem. Give your character a happy ending where they say something to show how they feel. We need a happy ending. Now, the story I'm thinking about happened just the other night. Here were the characters. Nathan. You knew I was going to write about Nathan. I always do. And it's okay if you want to write a story about real people you know. If that's what you want to write today, go ahead and do it, okay? But let's make up a story. Okay, Nathan. Mom. Dad. Who else is in my family? You know, Viv. Okay, I've got my characters down. That's no big deal. I did it. The setting, where the story is going to happen. Let's see. This is going to happen at North Middle School. Track. A track is a huge oval made of cement that usually goes around a grass field. There's soccer fields in there actually that you can go on. And that's where we were. Now, at the beginning of this story, Nathan really wanted to fly his new kite. It's okay if my story is a little bit similar to the Little Critter story. That's all right. Mercer Mayer won't mind. That is a great author who wouldn't mind if you took the ideas that they come up with just to practice, right? Okay. Nathan wanted to fly his new kite. Now, during this time, the wind was whipping around. It was crazy. And we must have tried, let's see, Mr. Schwartz must have tried 45 different times to get that kite to fly. And it would stay up for a little bit with the wind, but the wind was super powerful and we just couldn't figure out how to make it happen. So let's see, the middle of the story, Nathan and his dad tried and tried. But the kite wouldn't go. You know what happened at the end of the story? The kite broke. I'm not kidding, that really happened. It was a kite that was shaped like an airplane, and I'm going to include this in my story. Not right now when I'm coming up with little ideas, but later when I get to writing. I'm going to include this in my story. It was shaped like an airplane, and it kept nose diving down, almost hitting Vivian on the top of her head. She would giggle and laugh. Nathan would giggle and laugh. We were all laughing and silly, and the kite even broke, but we were having so much fun that we were giggling, and it was so great. So in the end, this is actually a really happy story. So at the end, the kite broke. But you know what Nathan said? This was so much fun. You guessed it. This was so much fun. But Nathan said, I'm going to write it big down here. This was fun. I'm going to put quotation marks, talking marks around that because they're really important talking words. Now, this is just the start, right, of my thinking, but I have a ton of words down. I have characters, I have a setting, and I have a beginning, middle, and end to my story. Now, we know that sometimes it helps us to sketch a little bit first. So for those of us who like to sketch our story, let's go ahead and divide our rectangle right at the beginning into 3 boxes. And here we can draw the beginning, right? And here we can draw the middle. And here we can draw the end. I want you to try, even if it feels tricky, and even if you feel like, Mom, Dad, Grandma, come on, give me a break. I've never written a story like this. I know you have not. That's just part of the thing about learning at home. Your grown-up is telling you exactly what needs to happen, and they're going to give you all the tools you need to do it. I'm also here if you need to check in with me to give you some extra encouragement. I want to, but give it a try and be ready to share that story on Friday. Even if you think it's the best story you've ever written, even if you think it's meh, just a story you tried to write one time when you were really frustrated. Let it go. Have some fun. Think about a story you might already know. That can be your inspiration. I can't wait to hear what you come up with. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.